Darkness falls, and fear takes shape in two of the most iconic forms horror has ever created. This is not just another nightmare. This is not just another massacre. This is the ultimate collision of terror, where two unstoppable forces finally meet. Freddy Krueger, the master of dreams, and Jason Voorhees, the silent executioner of the physical world. They are drawn into a battle that feels inevitable, like destiny itself has been waiting for this moment. And when these two legends clash, there are no rules, no mercy, and no escape. Freddy exists where no one can hide inside the mind. He feeds on fear, grows stronger with every scream. He twists reality into a playground of horror. His world is not bound by logic, time, or space. He can become anything, anywhere, at any moment. A whisper turns into a scream, a shadow into a blade, and sleep itself becomes a death sentence. For Freddy, killing is not just about ending a life. It's about breaking the spirit first, turning hope into terror, and making every second feel like eternity. Jason, on the other hand, is something entirely different. He is not about games or illusions. He is raw, unstoppable force, a presence that cannot be reasoned with, cannot be tricked, and cannot be stopped. He doesn't need fear to exist. He doesn't need dreams to hunt. He walks through the real world like a storm, silent but deadly, leaving nothing but destruction behind. His strength is brutal, his endurance is unmatched, and his purpose is simply eliminate anyone who crosses his path. When these two forces collide, the world itself feels the impact. Freddy begins to lose his grip, as fewer people remember him. Fear fades, and with it, his power weakens. But Freddy is not the kind to disappear quietly. He finds a way to return, a way to make the world remember him again. And that's where Jason comes in. Freddy manipulates the situation, pulling Jason into the chaos, using him as a tool to spread fear, to remind people that something is out there waiting for them, something that kills. At first, Jason is nothing more than a pawn in Freddy's plan, a living nightmare unleashed into the real world, to reignite the terror Freddy needs. And it works. The killings begin again. Panic spreads. People talk. People fear. And slowly, Freddy starts to return, regaining his strength as the nightmare grows stronger. But what Freddy underestimates is that Jason is not a puppet. He is not something that can be controlled forever. Jason doesn't follow orders. He doesn't serve anyone. His rage is his own, and once it's unleashed, it cannot be contained. As the chaos grows, Freddy realizes that Jason is becoming a problem. The very tool he used is now taking control. Jason is killing without purpose, without strategy, without fear. And worst of all for Freddy, Jason doesn't fear him. This is where everything changes. Because Freddy's power comes from fear, and Jason doesn't feel fear. He doesn't dream. He doesn't panic. He doesn't hesitate. Freddy tries to enter Jason's mind, but what he finds is something unexpected. Jason's mind is not a playground. It's a prison, a place filled with rage, pain, and endless darkness. A place where Freddy is no longer the one in control. Freddy tries to regain control, but Jason resists. He fights back, not with tricks or illusions, but with pure, unstoppable force. And for the first time, Freddy faces something he cannot easily manipulate. The battle between them becomes inevitable. Two killers, two worlds, two completely different forms of terror. Trying to fight on his own terms where he is strongest. And at first, it works. Freddy bends reality, attacks from every angle, turns the environment into a nightmare designed to break Jason down. But Jason doesn't break. He keeps coming. No matter what Freddy throws at him, no matter how twisted the dream becomes, Jason moves forward. Slower, maybe. Damaged, perhaps. But never stopped. Freddy realizes that this is not like his other victims. Jason is not afraid. Jason is not weak. Jason is something else entirely. So Freddy adapts. He becomes more aggressive, more brutal, more desperate. The fight intensifies, turning into a chaotic clash of power versus endurance, illusion versus reality, fear versus pure instinct. Freddy uses everything he has: his claws, his tricks, his ability to reshape the dream itself. But Jason counters with something even more terrifying: relentlessness. Eventually, the battle spills back into the real world. And this is where things become even more dangerous. Because now Freddy is vulnerable. Now he is no longer untouchable. Jason sees him, feels him, and for the first time, can truly fight him. The advantage shifts again, and the fight becomes raw, physical, and devastating. The environment around them is torn apart as they clash. Metal bends, walls break, and the ground itself seems to shake. Freddy, no longer able to rely entirely on his dream powers, is forced to fight differently. He becomes faster, more aggressive, trying to outmaneuver Jason, trying to strike where it hurts. But Jason doesn't slow down. Every hit Jason takes only seems to fuel him more. Every attack only makes him more dangerous. He doesn't dodge. He doesn't retreat. He advances. And with every step, the pressure on Freddy increases. This is no longer a game. This is survival. Freddy tries to regain control, tries to pull Jason back into the dream world, but Jason resists. The line between dream and reality begins to blur, creating a chaotic battlefield. When neither of them has full control, it becomes unpredictable, unstable, and incredibly dangerous. And that's what makes this fight so intense. It's not just about who is stronger. It's about who can adapt, who can endure, who can outlast the other in a battle where the rules keep changing. Freddy is cunning, strategic, and relentless in his own way. He uses every trick, every illusion, every psychological tactic he can think of. He tries to get inside Jason's head to find a weakness. But Jason's weakness is also his strength. His mind is broken, fractured by years of pain and rage. There is no fear to exploit, no doubt to manipulate. As the fight continues, both of them begin to show the toll of the battle. Freddy's confidence starts to crack, replaced by frustration and desperation. Jason, though still relentless, shows signs of damage. But it doesn't slow him down. If anything, it makes him more dangerous. The final moments of their clash feel like the breaking point. Every attack, every movement, every decision carries weight. One mistake could mean the end. One moment of weakness could decide everything. Freddy goes all in, using everything he has left, combining his dream powers with his physical attacks, creating a final overwhelming assault meant to end the fight once and for all. Jason responds the only way he knows how. He keeps coming, and in that moment, everything comes down to one simple question. Can fear defeat something that does not feel it? Or will pure, unstoppable force overcome even the most powerful nightmare? The answer is not simple, because this battle is not just about winning. It's about survival. It's about dominance. It's about two legends refusing to fall. And as the dust settles, as the chaos fades, one thing becomes clear. This is not the end, because nightmares never truly die, and neither do legends.